All right, I'm going to show you guys how you can set up yourself for success on this investigation we're going to do. So the question that we're going to try to answer is, on the molecular level, what is the difference between acids and bases? And to answer this question, you guys are going to use the sim that we used yesterday. So you can access that through this link right here. Click on that and it opens up a new screen. And we're not going to be using macro, we're going to be using the micro area. Go ahead and click that. Very first thing you should do is click this right here, H3O plus OH minus ratio. Click on that. Notice how you can see the red little circles there are H3O plus ions, and the OH minus, or rather the blues are the OH minus, the hydroxides. So we've got hydronium and hydroxide. Remember, according to Arrhenius, whenever we say H3O plus, we have an acid, and whenever we see OH minus, we have a base. Take a look over in this section over here. This is the concentration of hydronium and the concentration of hydroxide currently in solution. So the pH meter, which is always in the solution, is going to tell you the concentrations of each of these. All right, notice how I can also, again, make a dilute solution. I can even empty some of that solution out and add more water if I wanted to. On page 4, what I'd like you to do is follow this procedure. You're going to choose one chemical, for example, coffee. You're going to, in a table, this table, which should be at page 4, make 8 total rows. In this table, you're going to write down the pH, the concentration of the hydronium, and the concentration of the hydroxide. You're then going to multiply those two numbers together and write down the data in your table. Then you're going to make a dilute solution or dilute version of that chemical, and then write down the pH, the H3O plus, the OH minus concentrations, and then repeat this whole process for a total of 4 different chemicals. You can choose the chemicals. Let me show you. I've got the pH scale. I'm going to do one of them together with you. I'm going to choose coffee. All right, so let's see, regular coffee is a pH of 5. And so in my data table, I'm going to write down 5.00. The H3O plus concentration is 1 times 10 to the negative 5. So I'm going to say 1 times 10 to the negative 5. Let's go ahead and superscript that. What is the concentration of OH minus, of hydroxide? It's 1 times 10 to the negative 9. So I'm going to write down 1 times 10 to the negative 9. Use the procedure that I showed you in class to multiply these two numbers together to write down the product. What you're going to do next, keep the same chemical and then go ahead and dilute it a little bit. Notice how for an acid, the pH rises. It is now 5.36, so I'm going to write 5.36. I'm going to write down the new concentration. I got 4.4 times 10 to the negative 6. Let's see, 4.4 times 10 to the negative 6th superscript. And what about for hydroxide? 2.3 times 10 to the negative 9. 2.3 times 10 to the negative 9. And again, I'll multiply these two numbers together and place it right in here into my notebook. I'm going to repeat the same process. Maybe I'll choose blood for this one. I'll choose, maybe I'll choose hand soap for the third one, and then dilute hand soap. And then maybe down here I'll choose vomit and then dilute vomit. That sounds awful, doesn't it? All right, if you have any questions, then let me know.